everybody, it's Claudia. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm so excited to have you. Welcome. I would love if you press the subscribe button right down there. It will alert you to whenever I put up new videos, which is twice a week. I do beauty and music videos. And today I'm going to be talking about my 5 favorite eyeshadow palettes. You guys requested this video when I asked you for requests on my Valentine's Day giveaway video, and I thought that would be a really fun thing to do. So it's not a full palette collection, but I'm going to be going over my 5 most favorite palettes that I own. So let's just jump into it. So the first palette I'm going to be talking about is my MAC 15 eyeshadow palette. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that during Vlogmas I actually talked about all of my MAC eyeshadow palettes. I have about 6 now, which is too many, but I pulled my top favorite 15 shadows, and I pulled some shadows that I know when I worked at MAC were really popular, that sold really well, and that are just like ones that I couldn't live without. As you can probably see, a lot of them are dented and a lot of them I've hit pan on, so these are my favorites and I will run over what they are. I will have all these shadows written on the blog post as well, which is in the description box if you want to know about any of the shadows in particular. But the MAC shadows I've chosen to put in this palette, starting from this side across and then the 3 rows, if that makes sense. Shroom, Nylon, Retrospect, Floof, Naked Lunch, Quarry, Tempting, Foley, Espresso, Brun, Goldmine, Cranberry, Fig No. 1, Humid, and Contrast. So I built this palette mostly as a neutrals palette, as you can see from the top 2 rows. I've got 5 shimmery lid colors, and then I've got 5 neutral brown crease colors, and then at the bottom I have 5 like colored shadows that I feel are wearable enough for every day, that I used to sell a lot and that I actually do love myself. If you're a MAC fan, some of those names are probably super familiar to you because they are pretty popular shadows. 2 of my favorites, as you can see on the top here, are Nylon and Retrospect. I think they're beautiful lid colors. Tempting was actually my first eyeshadow. It's a brown. It's really pretty as a crease color. It's, again, shimmery, pretty, sparkly, and I'm all about the shimmer and glitter and sparkle, so Tempting is one of my favorites. Espresso is another favorite of mine because you can use it for brows, you can use it for liner, and you can use it as a crease color. It's just kind of that true brown that I think everyone should have in a neutrals palette. Goldmine, probably the truest gold I've personally ever found. Cranberry is really pretty because it's a crease color that's a little bit different than a brown. It's kind of a neutral enough that no one's gonna be like, oh my god, you have red on your eyes, but if you have brown eyes like I do, it's a really, really pretty color to wear. Fig No. 1, it's a really pretty purple. Again, it's a really nice crease color. It's a really pretty liner. It's really pretty under the eyes on the lower lash line. It's like a true purple, so it's matte. They're also different than a brown, which I think is kind of a fun way to change up your look, and I know a lot of you guys asked for some different colored eye tutorials, so I can definitely use some of these guys. So that would be the palette I would build if I was going into MAC the first time, and I hope that gives you some ideas if you're wanting to build your own MAC palette. The second palette I have is the Urban Decay Naked palette. I think that this is my favorite naked palette that they've ever come out with. I mean, sometimes why change what's the word? What's the phrase I'm looking for? I mean, why fix it if it's not broken? So I think that this palette just has a really nice range of neutral colors. I love Virgin, Sin, Naked, Sidecar, Half Baked, Jog, Toasted, Hustle. I just think that you can build a ton of different eye looks. You can do something really, really neutral and light all the way to something really, really smoky. I think this palette has every color you could possibly need. It's just a really pretty palette. I can't even lie to you. I use every single color in this palette. It's one of the palettes I take all the time when I go on trips. I wish it was a little bit like thinner because it is just a touch thick. It's a great starter palette, and all the shadows are super pigmented and beautiful. You can literally not go wrong with this palette. I'm so sad that Lorac is not sold in Canada, because if you live in Canada and you don't have this palette, my heart goes out to you because this is just one of the best palettes I've ever had. It's the Lorac Pro palette. Again, it is a super neutral palette. You can tell kind of what tones I'm into, but I'm a big fan of a neutral palette that has a lot of shimmery lid colors and a lot of different neutral crease colors. They've got a black in here, they've got a white. You're covered right there. Some of my favorites are Cream, Champagne, Gold, Light Pink, Light Bronze, Pewter, Deep Purple, and Espresso, and Nude. Oh, and Mauve. Oh, I use Mauve all the time. Again, this palette is great for creating really pretty neutral look. You've got liner colors, you've got lid colors, you've got crease colors, literally every color you could need to do a neutral smoky smoky, neutral, not smoky eye, and the colors are so pigmented, they're so pretty, they're so buttery and smooth. I find that the Lorac shadows, because they are so buttery and pigmented, they do have a little bit of fallout, so I always recommend doing your eyes for your foundation just so you don't have to make more work for yourself. If you can get your hands on this palette, I highly recommend it. And I like this palette better than the Lorac Pro 2 palette. I think this is a better bang for your buck and has more variety than the 2. I used this in my last makeup tutorial. This is the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. Like I said, I did use it in a tutorial, so if you'd like to see this little baby in action, stay till the end of this video because it will be linked at the end for you. This is a really fun palette, first off because it smells like chocolate. The packaging is totally a win with the little chocolate bar, I guess, embossing on it. I'm a big fan of that. Like, who does not want a palette that smells like chocolate? It's amazing. This is definitely a little bit more of a cool tone palette out of all the ones I've shown you. There is definitely more dark crease colors, I'd say, with the truffled and pudding and cocoa chili, but then you also have the really pretty lid colors in butter pecan, coconut cream, bonbon, and then you have a fun blue right there in the middle, which is blueberry swirl. Again, you do have a dark black color called licorice, which is great for the lash line, for liner, for a really dark crease. So again, this I feel creates a really pretty neutral cool eye with that pop of blue, and you've got some shimmers and some mattes. This guy is a big win for me, and again, I prefer this one over just the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And then the last palette I have probably wins for prettiest packaging. This is the Kat Von D Monarch palette. It's so gorgeous with the metallic gold on it and the butterfly and the skulls. It just feels very Kat Von D. And this is her more neutral palette. I do also have her Interstellar palette, which is definitely a purple tone. Again, as you can tell, I like it because you've got a lot of lid options with these three at the top, and then you've got a gold, this really pretty like light pink, this shimmery silver color, which is amazing, and then this kind of brown that could be used on the lid and could be used in the crease. And then you've got these darker crease colors. You've got kind of a really pretty burnt orange color. These are so pigmented. They definitely have a lot of fallout, which is a downside for me. I'm not a huge fan of the fallout, but the pigmentation and the colors that you get in this palette are so pretty. So I like that there's options of matte and shimmery in here as opposed to the Shade and Light palette, which is just matte. And you have, again, a lot of options in here to create different eye looks. The only thing I don't like about this palette is that all the names are on the back. I know that's kind of a weird thing. I feel like these might all be like butterfly related names. If that is, it's very smart of her. This is a very interesting palette. Again, it's a very cool artistic looking palette, and I think on packaging on the front it wins. So those are my 5 favorite palettes that I own. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up so I know. Also, while you're down there, like I said, you might as well just press the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And if I missed a palette that you love and you're obsessed with and that's one of your holy grail palettes, please leave me a comment below so I can check it out. And also, like I said, I did have a makeup tutorial on the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and I have a giveaway going on right now. There's a few days left of it, but it's a Valentine's Day giveaway. If you watch the makeup tutorial video, it will link you back to the giveaway video, and the giveaway video is also linked in the down bar below. So if you haven't entered yet, make sure to do so. And if you have entered, here's your chance for an extra entry. If you leave a comment on this video telling me what days you want to see videos from me, so if you like my Monday, Thursday schedule, if you want to see videos on Sundays, if you like videos on Fridays, if you like videos on Wednesdays, please let me know what days you like to see videos so I can come up with an uploading schedule that works for everyone. I really like the Monday, Thursday schedule, but if you guys are like, Claudia, we want to see your videos on Sundays and Thursdays, I'd be like, cool, let's do that. So if you leave me a comment telling me specifically what days you want me to upload, I will count an extra entry for the Too Faced Valentine's Day giveaway for you. I would also be very happy to know what days you want to see videos from me. And also make sure you're following me on all of my social media. All the links are also in the down bar. You definitely want to be following me everywhere so you don't miss out on anything. But I think that's going to be it for today. I hope you're having a great day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! It's Claudia. Welcome back to my channel. I have a Valentine's Day makeup tutorial and giveaway for you guys today. If you did not see my last video, that is where I go